All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of the Tell No Lies podcast. And as you can see, we are currently sitting in the opposite chairs today. This is very awkward, but at the same time, I actually enjoy that I'm looking at the camera that way because I don't know why, for some reason, the look that way doesn't feel as organic as it does when I'm here. I could literally talk to this camera just like this the entire time. But anyways, I'm your host, Devin Physique, sitting alongside the lovely pink present today, Dr. Ashley Contorno.
It was my request to switch because I thought initially, because my part is on this side, that me sitting on this side of the camera was going to
hinder your view of them seeing you.
My face, I thought I was going to be like emo or some shit. Mm-hmm. But I looked at myself because we always test the sides to make sure the camera's in the right spot. And I was like, I like my profile better this way. And Devin's like, let's just switch. Devin is a fucking girl's guy. Let me tell you. He really is a girl's guy. Like, when you're taking pictures with Devin, he's like, get the, suck it in. Like, move the arm. Like, he's like.
Now, speaking of that, when I say suck it in, does it offend you?
No. If you're taking pictures of, no, we want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like, keep the core tight.
Yeah.
You do say that. Little things, keep the core tight.
Yeah.
I am a girl's girl.
You're a girl's guy.
Well, a girl's guy, sorry.
Or a girl's girl.
Well, all my life, I even think about my family. Like, there's no offsprings of men. My sister's got 2 girls. Mm-hmm. I'm filled with women. Even Savannah, three girls. It's just girls 24/7 around me at all times.
Your work, everything.
Yeah, every single thing about that.
But you connect well with women. You can see their emotions in a way that a lot of men can't because you've been around women for such a long period of time of your life, and you can identify with some of the nuances that a lot of men just oversee. And I don't blame the men that oversee it because women are very nuanced.
Yeah.
But when you've been around them as much as you have in all the different capacities, right? Like family, friendships, sex, kids, whatever, you get to know a lot.
Yeah. So and in different angles of everyone and how to handle things.
That's why you're a girl's guy. So
girl's guy.
Yes.
Girl's guy.
Girl's guy.
Yeah.
So today's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag episode. We just left you guys last week with learning about Devin's girlfriend, Savannah, and they just spent 2 weeks together for Christmas, New Year's,
into the New Year's,
and all that. And then I did some fun things for Christmas, New Year's, so we're kind of going to recap those. And then depending on how much time we have left after we're done yapping, I got some questions, and then I got a little bit of this or that.
A little bit of this or that.
A little bit of this or that.
You know that saying, your biggest haters are your biggest fans.
Yes.
Right? Well, this weekend,
I
should say the new year, I figured out that I actually have a super fan. Super fan. Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a super fan. So on New Year's, ringing in the New Year's right at midnight, the ex-husband, the ex-abuser.
He's in it right at midnight?
Right at midnight. He in waste.
He's like, Happy New Year.
From midnight to 1:30 in the morning, 10 unsolicited emails letting Savannah know that he didn't appreciate our podcast. Our podcast. He hasn't even seen the one that hasn't released yet. But he let her know he didn't appreciate the lies that were being told.
This is Tell No Lies,
This is Tell No Lies, baby. We don't tell anything but the truth. But I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, as I've been replaying this stuff, even in the beginning, sent dick pics of me to her. So I'm like, this is a super fan. I don't think I've ever met, or I've never met him. I've never been around or heard of a dude that is so obsessed with me that he has to let her know how much he doesn't like me.
What did he say when he sent the dick pic of you?
I don't know. I asked Savannah, he was just sending, that was in the very beginning, was sending pictures. He literally sent a picture of me. Maybe the one that you have is my profile picture. I hope to God that's the one he saw because that was one of the best ones.
Let me explain. So one day, Devin, I think I said, send me a picture of you because any contact that I pin, when you're my close friend, or even if I text you a lot, I like to have a photo of you as my contact. And I was like, send me a picture of you. So he sends me this picture of him leaning forward, cock, raging, veiny, cock hard out, looking in the camera yeah.
You know you want to fuck this.
And so that is my contact for Devin. And whenever I'm with people, he calls me in the car. His fucking big fat cock face comes up. And they're like, is that what I think it is? I'm like, yes, that's what you think it is. So anyways.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, the last 2 weeks with Christmas and the holidays and all that stuff, I extendedly stayed at Savannah's house for 2 weeks, took my dog, so I didn't really have any means to have to stay here. A lot of the reason why I come back quickly too of recent is because of the dogs.
Yeah, because it was only going to be a week originally.
Yeah, so initially I took him, and then I just said, you know what, I'll just stay another week. What's the point of driving all the way back? We had to do it at some point. I'll just stay another week, enjoy the time there and hanging out with the kids and hanging out with her and just progressing the relationship in itself. So, but everything's going great. We talked about a couple podcasts ago, building the relationships with the kids. My ultimate goal, every time I'm there, is just I want to impact them in a way where they feel like they have someone that's a male presence that they can always feel safe around at all times, almost like their best friend. I've even told the little one a couple times, like, you're my best friend. I want her to feel that. We've had some moments where trust is there. Like, we do some certain things where, like, you could tell there's a hesitate for trust. I'm like, you could trust me. And then once she fully commits to the trust that she has for me, then she's like balls to the wall with different things. So it's been, like I said, it's been a blessing to be around the kids and, being able to facilitate like how I want, what mark do I want to leave on these kids? And I know I'm not their dad. I've reiterated that to them since day one. I'm not your dad. I'm never going to try and be your dad. I just want to be someone that you look at, you respect, you care about, and you look at, oh, this guy's going to protect me. And that's always, been my vocal point for things. There's been some times where some of the middle one will, I think there was one time she was like, can I give you a kiss on the lips? And I told her, I'm like, no, that's for your dad. I'm like, I'm not your father. I said, but you can kiss me on the cheek. I keep my course. And regardless of what homeboy wants to instill in his delusional brain, I'm not here to replace him.
Yeah.
That's not my job. My job is to make sure that I come in and I provide for Savannah and I provide a safe home for these kids. Because if the roles were reversed and I had kids and I was in a situation where my ex was with someone else, all I would really care about is he treating those kids with the amount of respect that they deserve? And that's all I strive for, and all of that. So, like I said, I know sometimes in his twisted brain with the amount of emails we got, which, we talked about this too, one of the big things that was a relief for Savannah was finally coming to terms with a divorce and having paperwork to validate things. And so one of the big things in that paperwork, which is why I brought up the whole New Year's thing, was their communication moving forward was through email. And it was strictly about the kids to organize that.
Well, no texting.
Correct. And this has been a loophole for him to obnoxiously harass us.
Yeah, he's texting through email now.
You've seen him. I've showed my
10
sister.
10 a day, 15 a day.
I've showed you. Yeah, I counted. It's 60 emails plus since December 18th. That's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't even think normal people send that many messages by themselves, talking to themselves repeatedly, over and over.
Because
so
there's been none answered.
Yeah, and everyone I show, they're just like delusional. My sister was like, man, that was exhausting to read. And I'm like, it is exhausting. At some point, he either's got to wake up, snap into action, and realize I'm not going anywhere. So you either deal with the issue and you co-parent like a normal person, or else you face the consequences of what that is.
Well, the consequences are effectively him reducing the amount of contact and interaction he's getting with his children.
Correct.
Because him harassing you and Savannah about your relationship and other extraneous factors that have nothing to do with the kids are literally only hurting the kids. And
Correct.
He's not being a good role model by talking to them about it and whining about it. He just looks like a fucking insecure, cry, whiny baby.
Yep.
So this is coming from an outside female perspective, because I know you're going to listen to this. Stop being a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah, stop being a piece of shit.
Grow up a little bit. Let your ex-wife be your ex-wife. Co-parent for your kids and allow her to fucking move on and be with someone who's actually going to treat her right.
Yeah, that's exactly it. One of the things that set me off was there was an email that said, tell Devin he's not allowed to parent my kids. He can't take things away from them. And we thought it was funny because it was like, okay, so if we're in a group setting, okay, we're at your house and she's doing something that is messing up your place, you don't think that you would come in and say, stop doing that? Like, everyone's going to do that. So I just thought it was asinine, the types of things. I told you, hey, can you make sure that he's not close to Scarlett when he drops her off, because I can smell his cologne. I'm just thinking to myself, what a fucking pussy.
He's insecure.
He's
really insecure. And he feels really threatened as a man by someone coming in and performing the role that he frankly should have done in the beginning.
Yes.
But he didn't. And that's why you all are in the situation that you're in. And he just needs to get to the point where he's at acceptance.
And I've gotten to the place where, unfortunately, it's one of two things. Either this next notion that is going to happen, he's either going to solidify that he follows the rules, or he's going to end up in jail. And I highly believe that jail will end up being his next, place that he gets to for hopefully for realization. But it's unfortunate because I on the latter half she has her other daughter that she co-parents with her ex-husband there too, and she came out to Vegas and was able to stay here for 24 hours really, and she enjoyed herself. And the dad, all he said was, "Is she going to be back for her flight on Sunday?" She said, "Yep," and he said, "Great, have a good time." Because he cares about his kid. And his kid's first. And if his kid's enjoying, she got to sit on the podcast and, play around and do all the different things. That's what matters.
Yeah.
But when you're selfish and you only think about yourself and you're never thinking you're in the wrong, and coming from someone where, my thing back then was lying and I couldn't take accountability when I was wrong, he's not able to take accountability for his actions. And when you're in those states of mind, everyone else is the problem but you. And unfortunately, Savannah's always the punching bag, and she's the problem for everything. And until you take accountability for your actions, I feel like it's just a spiral effect. If he hasn't learned now, the next person's going to be the next victim, and so on and so forth.
I'm really glad Savannah has you in this instance, because I feel like you're not being controlling, you're not being pushy, you're being very direct in seeing something that she can't see. And I feel like if I was in Savannah's position, I would be probably doing the same thing she would be. Just because the kids muddy the water so much, like when, he drops them off, he doesn't have the car seat, so they have to like switch the car seat, and you're like, he needs to get his own car seat. Like just little things that he does that are extra manipulative to get that little inch or that little step when there needs to be a clearer line of demarcation. Like I'm just glad you're kind of inserting yourself in that way to be like, no, this is like, I'm showing you for what it is. And it's like, oh yeah, you're right.
And I told Savannah from the beginning, at the end of the day, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Your kids are an added thing to the equation because you have kids, but first and foremost, I'm here for you. And, she always does things for the kids first, and that means she's on the back burner. And that's my job to come in and say, no one's protecting you, so I'm going to. So in these instances where she thinks about her kids first and the repercussions is I'll be the punching bag, it goes, no, this is how the kids still stay first, and you're not the punching bag by doing X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. And just instilling those different things that I'm seeing. It's not pushy, it's not, and I know she appreciates it. A lot of the times when I bring it up, she's like, why didn't you just do it in the first place? And I think for me, I'm not a controlling person. So when I come in, I want to assert myself in an appropriate way as our relationship progresses, so she believes and trusts that when I'm saying things, they're for her best interest. So, but overall, the 2 weeks that I was there, it was, more time to be spent together, more time with the kids, all that stuff. It was cool to be able to see, the kids open up presents and be excited and be a part of that. And, even doing the elf on the shelf, we were doing that for like the last 2 weeks when I was there. And just seeing the kids' excitement for stuff. So like I said, for me, I've enjoyed it so much because I've spent so much time alone in this like solitude of, choice, obviously, and being very selective about who I give my time and energy to. So now to open it up, not just to Savannah, but to two little kids, and, her third one comes for the holidays. It's definitely been rewarding for me to just be around people and, take in the love of having little kids that, want to play with you and jump on you and love on you in a way that's so unconditional because they don't know any different.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've truly taken away from, my experience, not just with the kids, but with Savannah as a whole. So, but yeah, outside of that, I think we had a great, holidays and, being able to meet her family more extensively, them getting to see who I am, her grandparents, all that kind of stuff. Because we've talked about it, tattoos, persona, older generation, how they perceive things. And so I think just having good conversation with them, being around them, doing family little interactions. It's also been nice for me because I spent the last several years during the holidays by myself due to the family circumstances that I was under. So, but yeah, it's been good. Just finally brushing off the final pieces to solidify, that we can have a stress-free, relationship moving forward without any of those unnecessary interactions happening.
And it speaks volumes to who you are to be able, like, I don't want to say put up with this, but like the situation at hand is a lot. And maybe someone who didn't care as much or wasn't as emotionally invested would be like, I don't want to fucking do this. But like, you really do care. And I was saying to you earlier before we started filming, like, I love seeing Devin in love. Like, it's a different side of Devin. I always knew that it was there, right? Like from all of our talks, how deep of an emotional tank you have to give to someone. And
yeah,
you're
just finding someone to give that to.
Right. And now I'm getting to watch you give it to someone, and it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you seeing that and stuff. It's definitely been a long time coming. It's been 5 years that I've been able to truly feel like I can invest. And I actually had this conversation with her not too long ago. I said, as we start to progress, I noticed that my feelings are progressing. And one of the big things in my past relationships is I never gave someone 100%. I always left room to be able to leave.
You did.
Always. In any relation, even with my ex that I was, engaged to, there was always the room to be able to leave. When I left it, I left without any remorse or anything like that. And so this is the first time that I'm going 100%. So as things progress, as we deal with hurdles and all these other things, I, start to reassert like, hey, the importance of things, because it's also reminding me I feel the way I feel because I'm 100% in. So I want to make sure, hey, you talked about moving here. When's that happening? Like, let's get things in place. Like, dealing with the ex. Like, we can't just sit here and just let him aimlessly talk out of his ass, day after day. Even if he's talking to himself, just the burden that you don't know that it puts on you on a daily basis to have to read nonsense like that. And so it just validates my feelings towards her on why I feel the way I do, because I know I'm 100% invested, and I want to make sure that we continue to strive for the right things in our relationship to continue to grow and be better.
Yeah.
She's always talking about like getting married already and wanting to have my kid now. She didn't want to have another kid. Remember, she has her tubes tied. So she would, do the extra to do that. I was like, well, if we're going to have a kid, it needs to be a boy. And I think the way that it's designed, where if she had to do whatever to get her tubes retied, the only way is we can pretty much pick at that point, like if it's a girl or a guy.
How?
I don't know. They have things nowadays where you can literally do that. But I just know my semen is meant for a fucking man. I just know I'm going to pile drive that fucking semen in there.
You're going to get twin baby girls.
No, stop it. God knows that I've been around females all my life. The storybook ending would
You're going to get a fairy fruit cake boy. You're going to get a gay son.
Stop it. The storybook ending would be that I got a son. I named him Devin Jr., and I got to live out all the memories that I didn't get to live with my dad. That would be the storybook ending. 100%.
Picture perfect.
Yeah, 100%. Because I told Savannah, if it's a boy, it's definitely Devin Jr., DJ, baby. He's coming in. Yeah.
I like that.
We're going to show him all the ropes. He's going to know it all.
Well, you had this like lovely family.
I did.
Beautiful love holiday season. And I went to a cabin by myself and did a bunch of drugs. Very different.
Oh my God. Real quick though, I feel like now we're on two different spectrums. So like, I obviously have some of the drama to talk about with Homeboy and whatnot, and just what's going on in my life with the new transition of being in a relationship. And you have, your side. So now we might have complementary stories now to continue to combat. I'll have the calm nature over here, and then you can have the fucking erotic, like, crazy shit over there.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. So how was your Christmas? Let's see. And also, guys, I haven't seen her as much over the last couple weeks, so everything that she's sharing today, I don't know shit about it.
Normally, Devin and I link up and we talk for like an hour.
Well,
2
you usually
hours.
tell me the day it happens, what happens.
Yeah.
I've just been seeing it, but we haven't talked about it, and I haven't pressed you. Normally, I will say, "Hey, like, what's going on with this? What happened?" But I was like, "No, we're gonna hold it for the podcast. I want genuine questions to be asked to you based off of what I hear."
So this is all new, and this is how Devin and I just connect. So you're about to just
see it,
hear it straight off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. It was honestly great. Like reflecting 2025, one of the best years of my life. Like I can genuinely say that. It's fucking cool to say with how shitty the past 2 years have been in general. I still feel like 2025, I've accomplished like so much living. And it started when I moved here at the end of January last year. So I've been here, this month will be a year. And so for Christmas, Thanksgiving, I stayed here. I was going to go to Arizona, decided not to. Then Christmas, I booked a cabin. I booked this a while ago. It was a cabin in Big Bear. And it was like a really expensive, really fucking nice cabin with a hot tub, jacuzzi, wood burning fireplace on the inside, like really nice kitchen. And then I ordered myself a meal cooking kit from this like
I saw that.
Yeah, vegan thing, and I wanted to cook for myself every night, which was really fun because I don't cook. The only thing I cook is eggs. Like everything else is in the microwave.
I think you said something about not cooking. I was like, that's my girl. I don't cook either.
I don't cook. So it was like probably at the max of my skill set. And I even fucked up one or two of the recipes because cooking takes a lot of patience, in my opinion. Like you have to read the recipe all the way through first because sometimes the order of the steps can fuck you up. But the kits came with everything, down to like the spices measured in a little teeny packet. It was perfect. So I didn't have to go to the grocery store. And I got the first half of my book delivered to me. and kind of like in secret, but whatever. And it took me 9.5 hours to read the first time, which is a long time. It's 84 typed pages, which is a lot, but I'm reading it line by line and editing it because I have a ghostwriter. I think I described this to you guys, but someone else is writing my book on my behalf. We do several hours of interviews per chapter. I'm a great storyteller, not a great writer. And I don't know how to make a book that's going to sell. So I have an agency that's helping me, but I still get to edit line item by line item. Like, even if there's a word I don't like I would never use this word. We take it out. So it's still very much my voice, my words. So I read it for 8.5 hours. Had like just Christmas music going. The dogs were there. It was just like I was in this little city called Sugarloaf. Isn't that the cutest name?
Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf.
Huh.
Doesn't that just seem like a little fucking?
How far is that from Big Bear?
Like 1 mile.
Oh, okay. So it's in the Big Bear vicinity.
Yeah,
It's
like
just one of the
Big Bear's
cities.
here. It's like an off street that goes like up one more mountain, and then it's another like community, but it's still all Big Bear Lake.
Mhm.
And then I fucking like every night I like drank a bottle of wine, went in the fucking hot tub naked. There's cameras all in the backyard. I don't give a fuck. What are they gonna do? Tell me I can't be naked in my own rental?
Yeah, they probably watched it.
That's fine. And I just had such a fucking good time. So then on actual Christmas Day, your girl did LSD.
You've been doing some crazy shit.
I've been doing some crazy. I was like, I never did drugs my entire life. 2025, I'm like, roll it in.
And I would say like a lot of the drugs you do are by yourself.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I am not afraid of psychedelics at all. I've experimented so much with mushrooms. I would say since I started doing mushrooms in like April, I've done it predictably at least once a month, sometimes twice. So, and then I microdose multiple times a week, but that's not, I wouldn't call that like doing drugs because it's sub-perceptual anyways. But like I feel very comfortable, especially with psilocybin, like in the psychedelic space with my emotional status, with my ability to not, never had a bad trip. Like it's really easy for you to just like be aware and be like, you're on drugs.
Yeah, I think the only time I ever had a bad trip with mushrooms was when I mixed it with something else. I never have had a bad trip just that by itself.
Yeah. And I've done it out in public once, and then I've done it in a group setting at home once. And I particularly don't love mushrooms as like a recreational drug. I like doing them for a purpose.
For a purpose. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
the same way.
Yeah. So like being out in public was like a little bit challenging because like we had to navigate an Uber home, and it's just like it's not a good time. And then with a friend group, it was fun, but I also think mushrooms are one of those drugs where it's like it's a very individualized journey, and like it's hard.
You're taking a risk going in a group knowing that everyone's gonna be able to vibe together.
Yeah. Or like if someone wants to change the music or someone wants it quiet, or
That could change the whole tone just for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So both were still a good time, but I prefer to do it with intention, have, a spiritual experience, learn about myself, use it as a plant medicine as opposed to a recreational drug. Now, LSD, I know, is in the same 2A family. It's very similar to psilocybin in the journey experience, but it is a man-made chemical. And I think in one of the episodes, we were like, have you ever done acid? Or like, what? Acid and LSD are the same thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've done acid many times.
Okay. So
It's great.
I liked it, but it's very recreational for me,
Mhm.
A. And B, I will never fucking do it alone. I had to FaceTime Danielle. I had to phone a friend to get me to stop masturbating
Wow.
because I couldn't stop touching myself. That shit was raw. If I could have fisted myself, I would have. I have never been hornier in my entire fucking life than on LSD.
No, so it's the same exact thing. So LSD is acid.
Yeah.
Was it a tab that you put on your like tongue?
I had a chocolate and drops, and I did half of the chocolate, and I really felt nothing. I felt slight euphoria, like I microdosed. I phoned a friend who gave it to me, who knows a lot more than me. He said, do the other half of the chocolate. Still not enough. I ended up doing 8 tabs, 8 doses.
Yeah, I think when I did acid, it was on like a little tab where you put it like underneath your
Yeah.
tongue and you let it dissolve.
Yeah.
It was just like a strip.
Yeah, so that's like the same thing as a dropper.
Yeah, and I had that effect too. One time I took one piece like that and I didn't feel anything, and then the next time it was like on a birthday or something, and I don't remember much of the event at all. But everyone was like, "You're having the time of your life." I I was like, okay, well,
So it's very like melty. It's very, people describe it as like cartoony, and I felt and saw those things. But I didn't really get any of it. Was very visual, very physical. I didn't really get any of the mental, emotional that I get with psilocybin. Like, yeah, I felt a little bit more free and liberated, but it wasn't like introspective or deep or anything. It was just an uncontrollable horn that I could not manage, and it lasted from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Jesus.
I masturbated
With no dick.
with no dick. I brought 3 glass dildos, and then there was a part where I was taking pictures of my glass dildos outside.
I remember you posting that on your story.
Yeah, and I was like, "While you guys are arguing about who did what for Christmas with your family, I'm over here photographing my dildo in the best light possible." I had a blast. It was still fun, but I would say the only parameters of which I would do LSD again would be with someone I want to fuck, and we would like pre-order DoorDash and just stay inside and fuck all day. That would be the only way I would do it.
Interesting.
I wouldn't do it like at a party. Because I would fuck whoever
See,
was there.
I guess I would wonder, like, would the environment change the overall tone of the experience? Probably, because when I did acid, and they were saying I had the best time, it was on my birthday. We went to a pool party, but I also did like. I was doing that. I did like smoked weed, and I did like mushrooms too. So it was all mixed in. But I remember, like, I had a friend one time that did acid in high school, and he stripped butt naked, ran all throughout the streets, and he broke into a church. And was running through the church naked, and he got pulled, like the cops went in and arrested him.
And he didn't really remember
He didn't
it?
remember any of it.
I
Yeah.
remember. I like kept sticking my hand on my pants.
Jeez, you pervert.
I was like, put me in jail. Like I shouldn't. I'm glad I didn't leave the house. I'm glad nothing bad happened. But that was my first experience. It was cool, but like definitely now I know.
Yeah,
Fuck
now you
around.
know.
I still have more. So if there's a boy at some point, which there was a boy. And
Yeah, so tell me about that, because did you use an app to find this boy?
Yeah.
Did you find him in the wild?
no wild.
You do say
I was
that,
like, you
right?
in the bush.
You use that in reference, though. You
I know.
say that, like, I met this guy in the wild.
I did meet a guy in the wild later on that week, but so it was that was Christmas Day. The day after Christmas, that was Christmas Eve. I did the LSD, and then the day after Christmas, I reread my novel again, and it only took me 3 hours, and I was like just so fucking happy with it. I'm really fucking happy with it. It's really gonna go somewhere. It's really fucking cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah. The next chapter we're interviewing for, unfortunately, but the timing worked out that it was right after the holidays, so that's over, is Stephen's death.
So
And
that'll be a taxing one emotionally.
well, actually, not really, because I knew that I was writing this book so long ago that 16 months after Stephen died, I recorded myself a 25-minute voice message. Started the voice message saying, so this was a year and a month ago. Started the voice message saying, I know I'm writing this book, and before any of these details get too lost on me, I want to record them all right now. And I went
Smart.
through the entire night.
Like when you were really feeling the emotion of it.
I would say if I re-listened to it, which I didn't, I just found that voice message and sent it to my writer, it would probably fucking
Now, would you
send me-
say that that message, if it wasn't recorded, that it would be skewed a little bit now because of your memory?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a traumatic event. You know exactly what transpired. You know all the different things, but maybe the nooks and crannies of
Yeah.
detailed stuff, you probably want to let that out of your brain at some point, as you grieve. So I'm like, what are the odds that, were you doing that knowing you were going to write a book?
Yeah, I said it for my book.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
I'm doing this for my book so that the details aren't lost. And then the 911 calls that I placed, there's 2 of them because they fucking hung up on me. I didn't listen to those either. I just sent them right to her. And her response was, I'm really sorry you had to live through that because it was traumatic.
Yeah.
So the intro of the book is actually going to start with my 911 call. And then I think up until maybe he's at the hospital. And then the next chapter that we're working on is all of the events kind of leading up to his death and then his actual death. So she said she is pretty sure she has enough to do what she needs to do with that chapter for that part specifically. And then I'll fill in the details of like leading up to, the events that made him die. And it's going to be a more detailed description of his bodybuilding career during our relationship leading up to his death. And we're doing that on Tuesday. So today is Sunday. So we're doing that in 2 days. But I feel in a good place for it.
Yeah, I feel like do a lot of books. I mean, when you watch documentaries, I feel like they always show you the ending of like what happened, like,
Tarantino it.
right? Like the death, and then they go, all right, now let's go back to the very beginning.
Yeah, so we foreshadowed it. So it's going to be Steven's death because that's like the most
The highlighted
impactful.
part of everything.
And then it goes to when I was 8 years old.
Yeah, it's like they show the present day, and then they go back and they're like,
And then
they're
we
like
lead up to it.
1998 when
Yeah.
it first started, or
But
whatever.
like the way I had the book when I first started writing it, it was not that. So like I don't know how to write a successful book, which is why that's one of the biggest things I believe I'm proud of in 2025 was investing in this project for myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see what it's all about. Read it, get a copy, get it signed.
Yeah,
you know, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about this guy. How did this guy get into?
Okay, so then the next day it was my last night, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's have fun." So I matched with him like way in the morning. And
okay, so this was on an app.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
on Tinder.
Oh, Tinder.
Yeah, because Field, the kink app,
nobody's in Big
Bear.
Bear.
Nobody. I swiped out in 2 seconds. There was 2 profiles, and it's funny because I think I turned my Tinder on there, and I had looked maybe before I went a couple of times, but nothing was interesting enough. And I'm also like, I don't know if I want to entertain anybody, so I don't want to match with someone now the week before, start talking to them and not know if I want to hang out or whatever. So I think I actually turned my Tinder on the night before, and I looked a little bit. And then I looked again that morning, and we matched. But we wouldn't have been able to match the day before because his birthday's on Christmas, and he just turned 29. 29 is my age range cutoff, so he was 28 the day before.
I didn't know 29 was it. When did you instill this rule?
It depends on the app. On Tinder, I put it at 29 because of the type of person, but on like the kink app, I have it at 27.
Dude, I think when I was on there, mine was like I think it was like 20 to 60.
Devin's got a wide range,
baby.
No discrimination.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
All.
Just give me them all, baby.
99 plus.
Yeah.
18 and 99 plus.
18 to 99. If she's still breathing, we're good.
Yeah. So we matched, and his name is Vinny, and I like him brown. I like Mexicans. I do.
Is that a consensus now?
I like Hispanic men. I mean, Steven was Hispanic.
Yes.
Lots of the guys that I've entertained have been with like mixed or Hispanic, or I like facial hair and a little bit tan skin. You know, it's just dark features is what I'm like really attracted to. Like dark hair, dark eyes. He's 6'4". I love him tall. And he didn't have much in his profile, but like I could feel his energy through his photos. Call me woohoo, whatever. I think we exchanged like 5 bars and then boom, right to cell phone. But it was early in the morning, and I was like, I gotta work. I gotta do some reading for the day. He's like, based on your profile, it doesn't seem like you're really interested in a one night stand, but if you're open to it, like
you
can have fun. Because I think my profile said I'm looking for something more than casual. I didn't change it at all because whatever.
Wait, he said this to you, or you said that to him?
He said that to me
about a one night stand.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem like from your profile, it doesn't seem like us hooking up would be, because he could tell I was not from there because I said I'm from Vegas. So I was like, well, no, I might be interested. So we started texting, and we made plans so I told him he could come over and cook one of the meal kits with me, and then we'll hang out and go in the jacuzzi or whatever. So he was like, sure, I'll get some wine. What do you want me to get? Blah, blah, blah. He was just Johnny on the spot. Everything was great.
He knew he was laying the pipe after you said, come over, make some food, get in the spa. As soon as he heard spa, he's like, I'm laying the pipe.
Yeah. So he was a gentleman, and I told him to get water. So he brought over 2 fucking gallons. Didn't even go with the case. He went for the gallons.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure you squirted a lot.
Yeah, and I did. Okay, and then
smart man.
So like we cooked. It felt like a sexy Hallmark movie. Like it was so cute.
Yeah, homemade, like cooking from scratch.
We cooked
in Big Bear in the cabin.
He took over the music, and he was playing DJ, and he was like, we were dancing, and then every time there was like a pause, we'd make out. So I would be like, because he's so tall and I'm so short.
Yeah.
I fucking love tall men. I'm an imposing woman. My personality, right? Like my features, my build, right? Like I have a lot. So I love being with a man that makes me feel little. It's like, it's just something that really turns me on.
Yeah, the 6'4" or 6+ would definitely make you feel little.
Yeah.
Remember that one guy that was 6'7" and his penis was at your face?
Yeah, it was at my
Or your
shoulder
back.
blade. Like I could fit. Like you want me to retract and jack you?
Yeah, do you want me to jack you off through my shoulder blade?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I got you.
I got you. Put it in my armpit.
Yeah, I got you.
So of course we fucked, and it was amazing. He made me squirt so much, so fucking much. Like I haven't squirted in a hot minute. I squirted with my hooker. I almost said his real name. Once, like we were done having sex, and I was like, "Whoa!" And because I didn't feel that it happened, it must have been like while we were fucking. But like he's a master at his craft. He's a master at his craft. He made me squirt so many times, and we had sex so much that I ended up having to tap out because my vagina hurt. I was like, I can't.
That's like the one right there.
Yeah. And he's like, I could keep going. And I was like, it's because you're 29. I loved it. I was still horny. And like, we went back downstairs and we just like kept making out. And like the cycle started again. And I'm like, we can't. But we did have sex one more time. And then I was like, I got this is like tap for real.
Yeah. But there's not a greater feat than to hear from a woman that she is officially tapped
she's
out.
done.
Yeah.
Like
I've conquered.
Yeah, I've conquered
I
the
came,
beast.
I saw, I conquered.
He did come all over my face. It was great.
See, and for me, my goal is always to make sure that the girl is done and then I can finish.
Oh, I came like 100 times.
Yeah, so like if I'm, especially like with Savannah now, obviously in the more present day, my goal is once she comes, then I can.
Yeah.
And if it's like within seconds, then I'll do it too. Just be done with it.
You should ask how many she wants.
Oh, well.
Like I need a minimum of 3 a day.
Oh, you need 3 total in a day?
At least.
But what if that current sex session was 3, then you're good?
I mean.
Or you want 3 total separately?
I would say at least 3 per day. But like if I'm having sex, like I would like to come at least 3 times.
Yeah, like, I guess it depends on like how extensive the sex is. Like if you're having little quickies here and there, I could probably do multiple in a day. But if we're having one like hardcore session, that's all I'm good for is 1.
Yeah.
But the little ones like, oh, the kids are
bend
at
me over the
school,
counter.
bend me over real quick.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they're this, go real quick.
Yeah.
The excitement of that, you almost want it to be fast.
Yeah.
Because it's like the suspense of that.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a turn on. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have sex. You have a great time with him.
Yeah.
He goes on his merry way. He's from Big Bear?
Yeah, he lives. So I asked him what his address was. It was 0.8 of a mile away. He's in the little Sugarloaf town.
Oh, shit.
And so he just moved there pretty recently. He owns the house there.
Why would someone move to Big Bear?
He's from there, like originally, but his life took him other places.
And then he came back.
Yeah. And his cabin is cute. So the next morning, because I'm a hopeless romantic, I was like, what are you doing right now? Because my checkout wasn't until 11, but I was like, fuck it, I'm ready to go. So I packed up and was ready by like 8 a.m. And he was like, I'm getting ready to go do a job inspection. He's a contractor. I was like, well, are you still home? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, give me your address. And I came over and I give him a kiss.
And then you left?
Yeah. And then I left, and it was such an easy fucking drive, especially on the way back because you're going down the mountain.
But it's a fun drive, too.
Yeah, it was easy. It's 3 hours flat.
Yeah.
And so he's coming to Vegas on the 22nd for like 5 days to go golfing with his buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to come like a day or maybe 2 days early to spend a couple days with me first.
That's exciting. So what is the overall consensus with this guy as far as relationship labels? Oh, she's pulling down the sleeves, getting a little erotic now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I like him. I like him a lot. And we talked about like he's really in like the E&M open space. We haven't talked about what our relationship is or could be. I would just say we're still just very much in the talking phase. But based on where we're at right now, like I could see him being a constant in my life. Whether we put a label on that or not, I'm not sure. But like I could see him being someone that like we still choose to interact and see each other frequently every couple months or once a month or something like that.
Just letting things happen as they,
Yeah.
without like rushing into, because sometimes you were doing that quick where you
Yes.
would like want to label it something,
Yes.
Instead of just letting things trickle. That's always how I am. Like even when I was single, I had an emphasis on someone maybe particular, but I didn't weed everyone else out. I just let things pan out because, even with my 3-month rule, it's like everything always works itself out. And sometimes you might be head over heels for somebody or this is the dude and then you hang out with them and you've had instances where you've hung out with someone a second time or a third time or they're in your life for a month and you're like, yeah, this guy's he's not it.
Right.
you know.
Right. So yeah, we've been texting like every day, all day. Like we did some fun shit, like some long distance fun shit. Like we did a Spotify jam and we both took a shower together and like we're changing the music on each other and like sending little videos and like doing fun stuff.
Cute little relationship stuff. Wow.
So
and this was just in that one interaction.
This was within the past week.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, like I like him. I want to keep him in my life, and I'm excited to see him again, and we'll see what happens. And he's very like I wouldn't care if he went on a date, and he wouldn't care if I went on a date or whatever. Like I would feel comfortable just saying like, hey, like Monday, I got a date tomorrow.
Now, okay, so this is actually a great question. So you have this date on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We still have another guy to talk about, by the way. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy.
We're not going to get to anything else this episode.
We're doing that, this or that.
Yeah.
But anyways, with this guy, have you already told him that you have another date on Monday? And
No.
then have you told him about the other guy that you fucked that I haven't heard about yet?
I didn't fuck another guy.
Oh, you didn't fuck him? Or the New Year's thing?
Yeah.
So like stuff like that, would you feel inclined that you had to share
No.
that? Or like, I guess, see, to me, if I was in your position, I wouldn't feel inclined to have to bring these things up until that conversation was brought up or there was more like intense nature between us that I felt that I needed to share that with you.
Yeah.
You know, and that seems like the safest direction. Like, I don't know, sometimes oversharing is too much.
Yeah. Like he was in San Diego this weekend and maybe he went on a date with someone. Maybe he didn't. Like it ain't my fucking place. And also I was reflecting on that instance specifically of him being in San Diego and like, because he went out and did stuff, but I don't know if he went alone or went with somebody else, but I don't care I don't want the responsibility of knowing that. I would just rather him say, hey, I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z. Cool. I don't need to know that you're going with your friend, that you're going with your girlfriend, that you're going with your buddy, or you're going with a hooker. I don't care. And that's how I would envision, let's say we continued this dynamic. That's how I envision it would be. I would want it to be don't ask, don't tell, as long as we're both being safe and either using condoms or testing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now, what would be the ultimate end result with the relationship like this guy, being exactly what it is, but maybe over time talking about what you're doing in between?
I don't know. I don't want to think that far ahead about it.
Yeah. Well, you're living in the moment now. All of a sudden.
I've changed.
With the relationships, at least.
Yeah, I think I learned my lesson because the first guy that I actually really liked, I got way too excited about it and kind of put too much emotion in that basket too quickly. Not that it was a bad thing to have that much emotion, but I think at the pace I was doing it was a little too fast for what the situation dictated, especially with distance. So I'm just chilling.
My thing when I was single was always, I'm going to give the best version of me to each person individually based off of my interactions with them and how I vibed with them. I mean, I could have been talking to 10 girls at once. None of them would know because I treated them all the same.
Yeah.
But within the realm of what my relationship was with that person. And then, like you said, you could have 3 dudes right now giving them all the same type of energy that they deserve for your little connection with them. And then over time, I feel like in nature, people start fizzling out.
Yeah.
You know, after 2 weeks, you're like, all right, homeboy from Big Bear is still he's definitely my number one. These other 2 guys, they were fun in the beginning, but now they're starting to fizzle out. And I think there was a lot of times where you were hyped on someone too quickly, and there was other people that were still there. You kind of knocked them off, and then this person you were hyped on ended up being shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, I lost out on all these because I put so much into this.
Yeah.
So I like your approach now of just, you enjoy your company, let me see him again. Let's see where that goes.
And life logistically, he has a life in Big Bear and I have a life here, and neither of our life paths from what we have told each other seem like they're ever going to deviate, nor would I want them to. So it's it would just be something fun, and it still is.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you leave Big Bear the next morning.
Yeah.
So after you guys had that interaction, the next morning you were out.
Yeah, I went home.
Okay.
And then I went out.
Yeah.
That night to a rave.
You did.
Yeah.
Because I remember we talked about maybe I was going to potentially go, but then I ended up staying in Arizona again, which we've also discovered that the raves are your thing now. I've been watching your stories and not watching them, but listening to what's in the background.
Music.
And it's a lot of fucking EDM lately. You know, you put those glasses on, I'm like, why is every story there's a background of EDM? It's she's in it.
It's like my soul music.
But have you
man.
adapted what kind of music you like? Like obviously Danielle's into
mid-tempo.
Okay.
I just found
Sorry,
out.
we got a full-time raver all of a sudden. I don't even know what mid-tempo means. I bet you Danielle fucking taught you that.
I mean, it's like No Good, Hall, Wonky Willa,
Wow, she's saying things I don't even fucking know.
Those
I'm
are
just
like
EDM.
some artists I like.
Yeah, because she likes that fucking headbanger shit.
Yeah, Danielle and I have the same exact taste.
Okay, so you do like that music.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like the where you can't hear anything and understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Because
Yeah.
I hate that. Like when you go to EDC, there's a specific area for that, and when you walk in, you can literally feel it.
Yeah,
bringing
that's
you
what
in.
I like.
When you walk in, it's just like, boom, 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 and you're just like, take me there.
I'm doing EDC all 3 days.
Oh, all 3 days?
All 3 days.
Wow. Well, it depends how much drugs you do. We'll see if you're still saying the same tune when day 3 comes.
You're right.
Depending on what kind of drugs you did.
I'm
go-
intending on going all 3 days. We'll say that.
We're definitely going to go, but probably just one day.
Yeah. Okay.
And then just go balls to the wall that one day. We were actually talking about it, and the way that the schedule's set up, it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then she has to leave Sunday. So if it was that way, I was like, Friday would probably be the best day to go because you need Saturday to recover, and then Sunday you usually leave early. But if we extend it, maybe we push extra days because usually when you buy the ticket, it's for all 3 days.
It is.
Unless you buy it from someone who like we would loosen it on purpose and never fully tighten the wristband so you could take it off because that's the ticket to entry.
Oh.
So if it's too tight on your wrist, and let's say Sunday I don't want to go, I have to cut it off in order to get rid of it. It's invalid. So if you loosen it, you can take it off, and then a lot of people will be like, "Hey, I'm selling my Sunday ticket for $100 or $75." Because it's expensive. You have to pay all 3 days. So I usually end up getting it from someone that like has the extras. But I think sometimes EDC does like a Sunday only.
So we're doing a totem. Like
Yeah,
the things people hold.
What are you gonna put on it?
What do you think? I'll give you one guess.
You're gonna put your vibrator on there.
It's gonna be a magic wand.
I knew it. I fucking knew
It's gonna be. I'm gonna paper mache it like a piñata. It's gonna be a big ass magic wand.
You're gonna carry that all around all night.
We're gonna share. It'll be light because it's gonna be paper mache, and I'm gonna put lights on the inside, and you're gonna be able to like click it on.
They have, I think, a certain entrance for people that bring in stuff like that because they want to be able to search it. Because imagine how much drugs you could put in that.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you just had a totem that was just all the way up there and you just had fucking just
I didn't even think
endless
about
amounts
that.
of drugs. So they search your totem. So like they'll search the entire thing. I think there's parameters, which I would definitely look into it, of like what it needs to look like. It might need to be able to be broken down, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like so I would definitely look into that because that's a whole nother thing. Like people are serious with their totems.
All right, good idea. I'm about to be serious with mine. So
yeah,
now
and
we know.
I just always I'm like, man, are you really enjoying this EDC with all the totem just holding it all day?
No, I bet I'll hold it for like 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah,
and then pass it.
Well, but you're the totem holder. What if someone says no? You're gonna have to hold it.
It's the group's responsibility to share the totem.
Group's responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Even
You're
the
like,
guys.
count me out of that group.
I mean, I feel like at some point I'd be the mulligan to get thrown in to have to hold it.
You would.
Yeah, because I usually would just be standing there anyways.
Yeah. I was looking into like these totem things that are like almost like GPS locators. They're super expensive, but they got bad reviews. And then I was looking at air tags. I'm gonna look at
What's the reason for that?
in case one of us gets lost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the hard part about that too is there's no service. So like one of the big things excuse me, I'm sick. One of the big things that we do when it comes to texting, because the big thing about EDC is it's such a big place, no service. When you leave your group, you have to just have like foundations of where you meet, right? And so one of the big things is like we would say, hey guys, this is the designated meet area. So if you ever, walk away from a stage and you want to have a break time, go to this area. That's the chance that you meet us. Now, second to that is if I send you a text and I say, hey, Ash, I'm going to our meeting area. Right before I send it, I put the time. Because the message doesn't get sent the same time. So you could be in a situation where you read that text at 9:00, but I sent it at 7, and then you go to the spot and I'm not there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like little things that you have to like
strategize
with your group beforehand of like, hey guys, we're going to go to these sets. If you want to go do your own thing and go to a different person, because sometimes some of these sets overlap. And like, let's say you want to see Excision and then you want to see Subtronics, like, but they're coexisting at the same time on 2 different stages. You have to go, okay, we're going to do 30 minutes here of his set, and then we're going to do 30 minutes over here. Someone might say, I don't want to do anything but see Subtronics. So you guys go there, and then afterwards we'll meet at the designated spot. So it's definitely chaotic because if you don't have it pre-planned, sometimes when people leave you never see them again.
We'll probably do like some group text preparation.
Yeah, it's a mandatory thing. And if I'm there one of the nights, we'll make sure we have the prep ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
excited. I'm excited because Savannah's never been, you've never been, and I've been to a lot of raves.
Yeah.
Like, and I only do the big ones because I feel like when we went to that small one, I couldn't get into it because we're just so stuck.
Yeah.
You're just
Dude, so
stuck
I went
like
to see Subtronics there when I came back. It was 3 to 5 times the amount of people.
Yeah, well,
fucking
Subtronics
packed.
is a lot bigger than
Yeah.
the other guy. I think that one was like an up and coming guy.
And then we did the Crank Dad is big, but Subtronics is bigger.
Yeah.
And then we did the afters at starts with an S. Substance.
Yeah, that's where he DJ'd. Where Gunner
Yeah,
DJ'd.
yeah. We did afters there. So I was out till like 4:35.
But did you do drugs?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Molly.
Again.
Didn't you see the pictures? I cannot hide my Molly eyes. They're so fucking huge. I'm like, tell me when my eyes are big. Like, they're fucking huge.
Yeah, you just got to put glasses
So I
on.
started just taking pictures like this. I just started closing my eyes and looking cute because I can't moderate them at all.
That's the part with the drugs is like when you take pictures, everyone's just like fucking like deer in the headlights. Yeah. You
This
cannot
rave
see me.
This rave is amazing.
Okay, so you're there. We
Okay.
talked about you met Jesus again.
Yes.
Remember we had that
So
instance
and he
with-
remembered my name.
That's the one thing I'll say about raves. Like people are very like forthcoming. They're very welcoming. Sometimes it could be a little weird,
yeah.
you know, like with how people are that, and you don't because you don't know people. You're like, okay, what's the intention? But you know, a lot of people like even when they do like mosh pits, everyone's doing it, but then after everyone's like, are you good?
graceful. Yeah.
Are you good? You good? Okay, you
Yeah.
know, going out crazy. So that was funny that you mentioned that. So you're there. Last rave, you met that dude. Which, by the way, did you ever end up meeting with him again?
No.
The first guy. That when you went to that first rave?
My rave bay? No, he would like text me randomly, but I didn't like his vibe in text. And like what I would say to him back was almost like a test, like, and I just didn't like his responses. I was like, oh, he's like kind of a piece of shit. He's just trying to like use me, and I just didn't like his vibe.
So you're there, you're having a good old time. You're with like the normal suspects that you went with the first rave, maybe some new people. How did you end up interacting with whoever this person was? Because the other guy was just you were roaming and you found him.
Oh no, I didn't find anybody at the rave this time.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought you like
No
kissed some
rave
guy at the
bay.
rave.
No rave bay.
Okay.
That I can remember. No, there was no rave bays. I did bring a Sharpie and I did write my number on someone's hand, but I think it was you can't write on the hand. That was my first mistake.
So you know one thing that you should do for EDC 100% is I'm assuming you're going to make bracelets.
Oh, put my phone number on them?
Yes.
Make 1,000 of them?
Yeah, or
No,
just
I
have
just need to get a fucking stamp.
No, just have a couple of them, or even just one, and say who's the one that's going to get my number. That'd be kind of cool.
That's cute.
You know, and if you vibed with someone,
And then
usually
he plurs it to someone else. Like, you're not the one I gave my phone number to?
I feel like once you vibe with a guy, if it's at EDC or a girl, you stick with them
Yeah.
for the rest of the night. You don't ever just unless he went off the face of the earth. But like that guy at the first rave, you were with him for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's solidifying the plur thing and putting your number on there is like you're my boyfriend for the night.
That's a good idea.
You know?
That's a good idea.
Just
I like it.
Just thought I would mention that with the number thing.
I like it. So, nothing else happened. Fast forward to New Year's Eve. So, New Year's Eve is my wedding anniversary. It would have been my 8-year wedding anniversary with Steven. And I like did a little bit of pre-coping. I got myself a really expensive, nice, big flower bouquet of pink roses and lilies. Steven would always get me lilies, like not just for our anniversary, but he would get me flowers frequently, like maybe once a month, just for no reason. And they would be like $100 bouquet of lilies and roses. So I got that for myself, and I got myself a little champagne, and I just like kind of was sad the day before my anniversary, like kind of knowing it's coming. And then I decided on my wedding anniversary on New Year's Eve, I was going to do my first heroic dose of psilocybin, 5 grams. The most I've ever done is 4.2. There's a big difference from 4.2 to 5. Big. And I fasted the night before. I stopped eating at 6 p.m., knowing I was going to do the mushrooms in the morning, and I did them at 9 a.m. By 9:25, I was in. It has never hit me that fucking fast. I was like texting my manager, and I was like, oh my God, it is happening. It has never happened this fast. I'm about to go. And then like something in my brain was like, you need to chug a bunch of water because you're about to get floored. Chugged a bunch of water.
Did you take all 5 at once?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I do remember getting a text from you, and all it said was 5 G's
Isn't
is insane. And I'm thinking to myself, 5 G's is insane. Not a hello, how are you? 5 G's is insane. So I was like, 5 G's of what? And
Yeah.
you're like, psilocybin. I was like, oh my God.
So it was an incredible experience. I loved it. I loved fucking psilocybin so much. The biggest thing that I've been missing as a widow and as someone who lost my person is emotional intimacy. Now, like, I've had moments of emotional intimacy with people where I can be emotionally intimate, but like that level of emotional intimacy with your person that you've been with for years is just very different, right? Like being naked, farting around them, like just whatever, the little quirks of someone that they know something about you that no one else knows, like just those things. So on my journey, I split brained. I became my steward and my shepherd. Like, I knew what I needed to do to care for myself. Like, I was like, go get the blanket, go grab your chapstick, change the heat in the house. And the other half of me was like completely disassociated and I had no idea what was going on. It was like really fucking cool and crazy at the same time that subconsciously I still had the level of awareness for my physical body right now. And unconsciously, I'm like having this amazing emotional experience. And what that experience ended up being was I got to become each of like my loved ones of my choosing in that moment. I got to do Kiara, Danielle, my friend Olivia, Lindsay, Angelica. I got to feel what you feel like when you are the object of my attention. How you feel when I show you love. And like I got to feel from like your perspective what it felt like. And then it would like flip around and then I would get to feel that love for myself. And it was just like,
Isn't it crazy how like that drug really gets you into like critical thinking that you wouldn't be able to do on a normal just day to day?
it gave me everything I needed.
Yeah.
Everything.
And it's about tapping into it. It's about embracing. You know, a lot of people do drugs and they're automatic like, what am I going to feel like? Oh my God, you know, like these. It's like the more you've done it, you've understood the drug and you've been able to take it and go, okay, I'm locking into this zone that's going to really tap me into a part of my brain that I can't normally tap into.
Yeah. Like when it was happening, I was like, whoa, this is overwhelming. Like I can see why people need a guide. I can see why people need a guide.
But see, most people wouldn't even be able to sit there and compartmentalize to say that.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
I would say I'm a very experienced user at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing it so much.
Yeah. And then there was this point also where before I got to do the visiting, there was a point where I was talking and I didn't realize I was talking, but I'm talking to myself. I'm telling myself everything I need to hear. Like, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. I'm so fucking proud of you. You're doing so fucking good. Like, you are fucking amazing. And I'm saying these things over and over again and I'm hearing them, but I don't realize that they're coming from my mouth. It was pretty crazy.
So you're actually saying it.
Yeah. And then I just kept going, wow. Like, wow, this is crazy. Like I would come to and I'd just be like, wow, this is crazy. So I am so grateful and so thankful. And I remember feeling like, I don't ever want this feeling to end. It feels so good. Everything made sense. Everything was wonderful. And I think I'm going to do a heroic dose like 3 times a year. Maybe stay with 5, maybe bump it up to like 5.5. But it was like, I don't think I needed a sitter. I feel just really comfortable in the psychedelic space. And it was so cool. So around 4 o'clock, I started like 3:30, I started coming down. And 4 o'clock, my friend Lauren texted me and she's like, hey, if you need anything, like, let me know. And also, as a reminder, we're going out tonight to a house party and then going dancing. And right when she said that, my body was like, we're going. And my brain was like, I don't know. And then I ordered a bunch of fucking Greek food. I like set it all out on the table. And then my friend DM'd me. She's like, hey, when you're done stuffing your face, go check your front door. And she had sent me flowers and they're in the shape of a puppy dog. And it was just like we wanted to just send you something special on, your anniversary today. And I thought that was so fucking sweet. She's in Texas. And she runs a rescue, and I always try to support her rescue. But like, I've never seen flowers in the shape of a dog.
That's cute. Yeah,
it was really cool. So I ended up getting ready to go out, and I went out. And
yeah, because I remember we were talking briefly, and you were like questioning it, and I was like, "Well, you've never been on a New Year's. It's Vegas. Like the worst thing that can happen is you go and you don't like it, and you at least know for the future. Like you tried it, it wasn't what you wanted to do on New Year's. You'd rather stay back, and then you were like, you know what, you're right, and then you just did it. So I feel like that was all those little messages you were getting leading up to it was like the nail in the coffin to like go do it.
Yeah, for sure. And your message did solidify it because almost everybody that's my friend here like doesn't want to go out on New Year's because it's a pain in the fucking dick in Vegas. Like everything's closed, everything's expensive. Like when you live here, you can experience the things that people are coming here to do for New Year's any time of the year. So it's like, why would you pick the
Correct.
busiest day? But for me, it was like I really wanted that distraction, and I was trying really hard to make plans for the past like month. I got a fucking dress. I got a hotel room.
Oh yeah, what about that? You mentioned that you weren't doing the hotel, so did you just cancel it?
Yeah.
And you got a refund?
Yeah, I was able to cancel it until the 28th. So I canceled it on the 27th.
Oh, okay.
While I was at the cabin because I was like, ain't nothing happening for New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was your experience for New Year's? Good?
Yeah, so I went to this house party of this dude. He's like a club party promoter, and he also owns like limo buses and stuff.
Yeah, I know who he is.
So
And he's actually who I get my GHB from back in the day. His name's Johnny, like Party Vegas or something, right?
Yeah.
He's like Hispanic.
Yeah.
He's got a wife,
girlfriend.
girlfriend. Yeah.
She's a DJ.
Oh, I wonder if it's a new chick or not. But it's that guy that has he does the little party buses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've known him for a while. My buddy that gets stuff, they have like similar people that they connect to get their stuff with too. So when you mentioned maybe my guy, I was like, I wonder if it's the other guy that I used to get stuff from. And sure enough, that's him. 100%.
Yeah, he was really cool. It was my first time meeting him. So I went with my friend Lauren and her boyfriend Devin. And at some point, this dude comes up to us, this really fucking tall guy comes up to us with he's tatted head to toe, throat, everything. And he's like, where are your boyfriends? And Lauren goes, mine's right over there. And I go, mine's dead. And he was just like, oh. And I was like, I forget that shit's not funny to regular people, but it's hilarious to me. And then we started talking. He's like, we're the only 2 single people here. And I was like, damn. Because there was probably like 10 or 15 people there at that time. And then before we ended up leaving to go on the party bus, there was like 30 people there, and everybody was a couple, literally, except for he and I. And we chatted for a while, and he was cool. And he's actually a grandpa. He's 42-year-old grandfather. And so then we went to Club Ego. Club Ego, we went in a party bus, and we all went to Club Ego. It's normally like an after-hours only club. Like they open at like 2:30 a.m. or some shit. Mm-hmm. And they had it open early for New Year's, and the dude's girlfriend was DJing like when we all got there. We got there like 10:30 and we were like the first group of people to get there, but it very quickly filled up. And it was like EDM. It was more like house music, which to me is cool. I don't love as much as like the more ragey EDM, but it was still, I liked the vibe. And it was open bar, and there was like people passing out glow sticks and shit, and it was cool. And then when midnight came, that dude and I looked at each other, and then we just started making out.
So it was just unplanned, just... You guys were vibing that night or no?
Yeah, like we didn't really talk at the club at all. He did tell me, he's like, if you need anything, like let me know. Like I'm gonna watch out for you tonight, like because you're here alone. And then we just like didn't stop making out for like several hours.
Does he live here?
Yeah, and he's supposed to come over to my house on Wednesday and cook me dinner.
Oh wow!
So we'll see. We'll see.
So all that interaction was just at the like you didn't really get to know him because.
No, I got to know. We talked for a while. We in between making out, we talked. We spent like the next like 2 hours together at the club after the ball dropped or whatever, and we like intermittently made out and talked and made out. And then I did tell him straight up though. I was like, listen, I will not date someone who has children. So like whatever this is or you want it to be, it's going to be like a friends with benefits situation at best. And he's like, that's cool with me, at least. Thank you. He's like, I appreciate your honesty, like from the front. I'm just like, that's not the lifestyle that I'm looking for.
I don't even think I made it to midnight.
Before you went to bed?
Yeah. I remember we had all 3 of the girls and we went out. Well, Scarlett went to sleep early because she's only 2. But the other 2, we like had them stand on like little chairs and they were like watching all the fireworks, but they were like kind of scared, and they were watching. This was at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, they're going to be more at midnight, but they didn't make it to midnight. I didn't make it till midnight. I think I fell asleep, woke up, and like Savannah was holding Scarlett like in the living room, passed out on the recliner. And I'm like, babe, it's midnight. Give her a kiss. Let's go to bed.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, let's go to bed. So you were partying. I was partying in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
look at you at the dad life now.
Just doing dad things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically my recap. So I have a date tomorrow with a 29-year-old firefighter. I think he's 28-year-old firefighter.
Wait, who's this?
I have a date with a 28-year-old firefighter.
This is another guy?
He's actually someone I matched with him like around Thanksgiving, I think, and he's just been really patient with my schedule.
I think you mentioned him before.
Yeah.
So the guy that from New Year's is tomorrow?
Is Wednesday.
Wednesday, and then the firefighter is tomorrow.
Yeah. I have a gut feeling, though, the guy on Wednesday is going to cancel.
Is that the one from New Year's?
Yeah, because I invited him out last night. So last night I went out with Kiara for monthly girl dinner, too. We went to Marrakesh, which is really fucking cool. And because I knew dinner was going to be over at like 7:30 or 8. I was like, what are you doing tonight? He's like, nothing. And I was like, why don't you meet me out for a drink after I go out to dinner? And he was like, okay, I'll let you know. And then I was like, we're done with dinner. And then he's like, I'm just going to stay home. And I was like, I look good too. And I sent you a picture. Like, not one drink?
Yeah.
Not one drink?
Shit.
So it could be a fucking Pepsi. I don't care.
It could
be a
Pepsi.
water. That is a drink. It qualifies as a beverage.
It does.
So I don't know. So that like kind of like gave me the like what either you were doing something else or like why wouldn't you want to come meet me out?
Yeah.
Like that was a little weird.
Yeah.
When you said you're doing nothing, putting away your Christmas decorations.
You were expecting more energy, and and you got the bare minimum.
Yeah. Based on the energy he was giving me on New Year's Eve, I was expecting it to be a fuck yes, when and where. You know. So
you just kind of put that in your little memory bank.
Yeah.
And remember those little situations, and then the three guys start to elevate.
Now I'm matching his energy. If he comes on Wednesday, he comes.
Look
if he
at
doesn't,
you
I know,
doing some Devin things.
I'm learning.
Shit.
Being single's
I'm
hard.
the best in the game. You got to take from me. What do you mean?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
You got to match the energy.
But I got to figure it out for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trial and error.
So that's my update. Do you have any follow-up questions?
I'm trying to think of no. I mean, it seemed all pretty.
I'm going axe throwing tomorrow with the firefighter. He's hot too. I'm excited.
Yeah, you got a lot of things. Sometimes there's some dry spells, and then I don't see you for a little bit, and then it sparks up again.
So there was a big dry spell for like 2 months prior to this, and it was because I was kind of like hard up on I want this emotional connection with someone. I don't just want to have sex, whatever. And I'm just like, my life is pretty non-traditional, right? Like I'm an entrepreneur. I don't necessarily have a regular job. I'm like in the process of writing this book. Once I sell the gym, I don't know what direction my life is going to go in. Why am I trying to seek like some type of traditional relationship? Like I just want connection right now. The thought of having a serious relationship is still very scary to me. So like I don't want to move in with someone. I don't want to take those next steps with someone. So why not just allow myself to have these connections, whether or not they're short term? I'm just looking for meaningful connections.
Yeah.
And whether they're here, there, or wherever, like even if it's just one night and it's meaningful, like that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just being more choosy about who I'm doing it with, but I'm opening my horizons as far as like geographics and
I mean, being single too, there is dead spots. Sometimes like you have your own life going on, you're dealing with the stresses of the gym. There maybe just wasn't someone of interest. I mean, even for me, all my years of being single, there were some times where it was like there was no one in the picture for months on end, not by a specific choice, but just nothing was there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how the wave goes with the single life. It's sometimes can be inconsistent.
Yeah, but I'm excited right now. Maybe I'm developing a roster.
Maybe
not.
It's the best thing. I think that's the best thing you could do is just develop a roster.
I've never had one yet.
Yeah.
I've never got there yet.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about it. We've never actually got to it.
I never got to it. Okay, so we are going to do this or that.
All right.
Okay, there's 10 of them. What is eaten more worldwide? Pizza or hamburgers?
Damn, that's a hard one.
I know.
I'm going to go with my gut feeling, and it's hamburgers.
It's pizza.
Fuck.
I would have said hamburgers too because of fast food.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all the fast food places, and there's not a lot of like pizza places that are fast food oriented.
What is consumed more worldwide? Bottled water or soda?
Soda.
You are correct.
That just goes to show you how unhealthy we are.
No, I lied. It's actually bottled water.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I was dimming it and I thought it was soda in my mind, but it's bottled water.
Wow. All right.
Moving on. What do people spend more money on annually? Luxury watches or engagement rings?
Luxury watches. Dude, I suck.
I suck today.
Damn.
I put that one in there as a trick because I was going to like throw you off, but like it's engagement rings. Duh. I mean, that's hard though because luxury watches are fucking expensive.
Well, I guess I was looking at it from a standpoint of like more people are going to buy that because there's more people that are potentially single than looking to be in a relationship or engaged for that matter.
Well, it's engagement rings. What gets watched more daily, traditional television or streaming?
Streaming.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
That was a
Which is funny because I watch traditional.
You do?
Yeah, I have the traditional.
Yeah. Which is purchased more often online, clothing or electronics?
Clothing.
Yes. Ding ding. Which has more hotels, the Marriott or the Hilton?
Damn, that's a tough one. The Marriott.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do people spend more money on annually, pets or alcohol?
Alcohol.
It's pets.
What the fuck?
I was when I
Damn, you got some good ones
know.
today. It's been ones where I'm just sitting there like, fuck, this is a trick question.
I had chat make these for me. I kept making them change it because I was like, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I did it like 15 times. Which is used more for navigation, Google Maps or Apple Maps?
See, this is a tricky one because I use Apple. So I'm going to say Apple.
It's Google.
God damn.
More people have Samsungs.
Yeah, that's true.
Worldwide. Which is consumed more in the United States? Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Yes. Last one. Which is searched more often online, the weather or the news?
Well, I will say for me, I only look up the weather. I don't look up the news. So I'm going to say the weather.
It's the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are not in tune with the news at all. I'm not. Like, I don't.
I know.
I feel like it's just fucking bullshit anyways.
Yeah.
Like, they're just feeding you what they want you to see. So I don't think there's been a single time that I've watched the news. The only time that I watched it briefly was when COVID was going on because everything was shut down and like you were watching those as a means to like what's next.
Yeah.
Like that was the only time that I've ever watched. When CNN is popping on and these guys are debating, I'm like, no, next.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Me neither. That was a fun episode.
It was.
You guys got to see like in real time what Devin and my catch-up session is like.
Yeah, this is kind of what we would do off the camera.
This is exactly what we would do
is
usually
catch
before
up.
we film.
Yeah. Or even just in the days leading up, and then we're like, oh, let's talk about that on the podcast because we had such a good conversation privately about it.
How did you like doing it cold versus...
No, I like it cold because then I can be with the listener. And then if there's things that I wanted to ask you or questions like I was asking you about stuff, then it can be because there's times where we talk about this and I ask the questions. But then if we come on here and talk about it, there's times where I already know it. So I have to say it as if I don't know it.
Yeah.
And ask the questions appropriately and stuff like that. So I like the organic, like when you have a story to tell, that you just hold off on telling me, unless it's something that is like really detrimental to you or your health.
We know Ashley always has stories to tell, ladies and gentlemen.
You do.
There's no shortage of those around me.
There is no shortage.
I fucking love my life, dude. Like, I am a happy girl right now.
You should be.
Yeah. There's actually like one thing that happened to me while I was in LA. I worked out with a friend named Jay, and he was like pestering me kind of because he was like asking me how I am. We're emotionally very deeply close, this kid and I. And he was like questioning me about my emotional status in regards to the gym. And he was like, well, why don't you just not let it bother you anymore? And my reaction is just like, short circuit. Like, how could I not let the
That's what I was thinking. How could I not is what you would say.
How could I not let the thing that bothers me the most in this entire universe not let it bother me? And one thing you know about me is unless something's my own idea, I don't agree.
Correct.
Well, from December 13th or whatever it was that I saw him, the 14th, till now, I have now adopted that as my own idea. And I really just fucking stopped letting where I'm at with the gym fucking bothering me. And like, I feel like a different person. Like the past 2 fucking weeks, like I would say maybe since I went to the cabin, so like a week and a half ago, I just really feel like a different person because I just am like...
you were waking up thinking about the gym.
Yeah.
Like that was your first thought.
It's all I think about 24/7. It's just like chatter in the back of my fucking brain.
And we've had these conversations, with my own personal things that I've dealt with where I told you like that burden that's on you. You get so used to dealing with what that burden feels like on a daily basis that you know how to lessen the intensity of what that burden feels like, but it doesn't go away. And it's not until you actually take it away from one of the struggles in your life that you realize how much that burden was weighing on you, even in the smallest ounces all day.
So I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but the level
of attention you're giving to it.
Yeah, the amount of space it takes up in my brain has significantly changed, which has like immensely altered my daily fucking mood and just my outlook on life and how I feel. And I think these other opportunities that are kind of presenting themselves to me, whether it's in the form of like a nice emotional connection with someone or a fun opportunity, because I'm in a better place. And I just feel well in a way that I haven't felt in a while. And it feels really good.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things I told you too, right? I was like, you have a great life, financially stable, beyond means. You have a lot of good friends that care about you. You've met good people since you moved to Vegas that have become, important pieces in your life. You still have your old friends from Ohio to LA. You have so many great individuals around you for different types of things. It's like that one thing was festering you so much that it almost overshadowed.
It's like a cancer.
Yeah, it almost overshadowed what a great life that you actually live. And with your transparency and getting on here and expressing that, you've had some people where they're like, I just love your vulnerability. I love that you can come on here, express yourself, and not worry about what other people's opinions. Because I think that's one of the big things in life now is like so many people are so worried about people's opinions or judgment or all these other things. And like, you can't come on this podcast and listen to either you or to me and sit there and say like, I don't appreciate those people, because we are being 100% authentic. And I mean, that was one of the reasons why I gravitated towards you too, is beside the energy was just the organic nature in which you go about your business. And that's something in itself, aside from all the accolades and the good things you have going for your life, that in itself is something that people strive their entire life to have, that kind of feeling to be able to express themselves. So I feel like that alone you win. And so to be able to diminish something that has carried so much weight on you for the last couple months, I'm glad that you took that little conversation you had with your friend and took some time to formulate it to your idea, to now make it where you don't, stress about something that inevitably, I know when push comes to shove and everything's talked about and done, that you're going to get what you want from it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My camera shut off while you were saying that, and I didn't want to stop you because it was so good. So we will just do the edit on me.
Well, it looks like my camera shut off.
Yeah,
too.
that one did.
Oh.
It's my camera.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
The other camera's off. So there's one camera, and it is me. And with that, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can close us out.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Tell No Lies. This is the Tell No Lies podcast, tellnoliespod.com. Tell No Lies podcast everywhere else. Devin Physique, Ashley Contorno. Thank you, and looking forward to next week.
Peace, motherfucker!